Happy New Year, peeps. Here in Chinatown at home, just chilling, walking the dogs and having a little bit of a thought. And I wanted to share it with you because it's the new year, and right now you're probably setting all these goals. You're probably comparing your life to other people. And in the festive occasion of being around family, if you're like most people and the people that I've been speaking to, then there's a good chance that you've been triggered. And when the flood of stress hormones are coursing through your veins, it forces us to abandon our higher vision and our greatest version, and all of a sudden become very present to the people around us, and we start to see separation, and we start to see an us versus them and a comparison game. And then all of a sudden you start to look back on your year, and you start the blame game, and you start the victimhood from others, towards yourself, you name it. I call this the dance of the dark passenger, and I stole that term from Dexter. And the dark passenger is your little inner critic, the one that's whispering in your ear, you're not enough, you're not good enough, don't take that step, it's too soon, you're not ready, maybe tomorrow. That's your inner critic. And your dark passenger is a fucking liar, pardon my French. I know some of you are triggered by that, and I've triggered your dark passenger. And I was just at a coffee shop, and The Incredible Hulk was a comic book that just was staring at me. And The Incredible Hulk is somebody I really relate to and resonate to. Not because of my masculine freaking Adonis-like physique, although you might be thinking that that's true. It's more along the lines of what happens when my dark passenger gets triggered. Nick, I affectionately call him, is also like the Incredible Hulk, where this mild-mannered, sweet individual all of a sudden becomes triggered and creates a story that I'm not enough, and whatever emotion that we're talking about, whether it's shame, embarrassment, or rejection, gets triggered, and I can go into a fit of rage. And there are times in my childhood and growing up in my adolescence when I can recall these triggers coming out and these experiences and events coming out where I was very present to the utter devastation and kind of scariness of my dark passenger. The people who worked with me in the past will testify to it. People would kind of avoid conversations, confrontations with me, avoid criticizing me because of the fear of triggering it. That was one of my triggers, is my perceptions of criticism and rejection. And so it's interesting when you look at comic books and you see that the dark passenger, which is the Incredible Hulk in that case, also, when channeled properly and embraced and appreciated, turns into a superhero. And so I want you to consider the possibility that your dance with your dark passenger starts first by abandoning the judgment. And I also want you to know that you're not alone. The reason why I'm sharing this video with you is because I also want you to know that you're not alone, and that I too, in moments of stress, get those voices in my head that say, you're not enough, all of this success you're experiencing, it won't last, it's all gonna be taken away from you. Who are you to be making such a difference? That inner critic that resides in all of us, it's actually not going anywhere. And the more I try to run away from him, and the more I try to sedate, rather than learn the art of dancing with him, this bastard of a phenomenon, part of my psyche, when I learn the art of dancing with it, I then can use it, like Incredible Hulk does, as a superhero status. And so part of that is me making this video and calling it out and sharing that you're not alone, number one, and that the only way through it is actually learning how to dance with it and inviting it in and really having a conversation with it and observing it. And it's a delicate art of thinking about what you're thinking about, what scientists, philosophers called metacognition. It's a real thing. It's something that, it's an art, it's a practice, and it's worth your time. And so in this video, this New Year's video, I wanted to invite you to look at your dark passenger as a call to action. And to know that me dancing with my dark passenger is really about serving other people. And it's in those darkest moments where I've actually been able to see people reaching out to me. And when I thought I was at my lowest, that I would get a sign. There would be a sign from the universe. You know, whether you're spiritual, you're religious, and you know that there's something that connects us all. I've been looking, and if you open your eyes and start looking for signs that of a direction that you are to take action in, that when you do and you have the right help to be able to get there, that voice doesn't go anywhere. You just learn how to dance with it. And so I just got a post that happened just earlier today, which was my little sign for me to step up and to really create this video for you guys. You know, because that voice was still there, especially in the new year with the uncertainty, the dance with uncertainty comes in because, you know, it was all a fluke. Who are you to make such a difference? Are you really, really committed to serving these people, or are you making it all just about you? Your fame, your arrogance, your ego, pride, greed, is that what's in charge right now? Let's be clear. And so those uncomfortable feelings I've learned to dance with, and what I do is I turn inside, I get real with it, and then I share it. And so what I want to do is to invite you to check in and see where your dark passenger has been. Has it been in the driver's seat lately? Have you ever learned the art of dancing with it, getting real and stepping up into leadership and realizing that people are suffering right now because you're playing small? And if you're ready to actually step up, I want this to be a little knock-knock from the universe saying, time to step up and learn how to dance with me rather than running and hiding and sedating. Trying to pretend like everything's okay, but you're hiding from the world and isolating yourself, and you're just binge watching Netflix or social media, trying to protect yourself from those feelings. I'm telling you that the answer is to go into those feelings, see where they come from, clear the past, change your story, and then learn the art of appreciation through all of that. I know not just a mind trick. It's not just kind of like, you know, Pollyanna positive thinking, but actually true transformation with the work. And I'm inviting you to take action right now. Reach out. Let me know what your dark passenger is saying. Share in the comment section. Tag somebody that you know definitely needs to be hearing this, that they haven't learned how to dance with their dark passenger. It's taking over, it's in the driver's seat, and they want to learn how to transform it. We do this in live trainings, we do it in one-on-one, but it's not for everyone. It's only for those people who are actually ready to embrace the shame, the guilt, all of that stuff you've been running from, that you know has been running your life, that pain, and learning how to turn it into power. Reach out, let's have a conversation, because truly seeing those transformations and changes from the clients, that is the answer to my dark passenger. That's what's in it for me as well. It's actually healing for me to be able to guide other people through theirs. I look forward to seeing you at the next perfect time.